guys, Fusebox here, and I know you've probably noticed I've been really tired the last couple days. Well, that's what I thought. I thought I was tired. Turns out I'm just sick, and that's kind of good news in a way because I thought I was becoming so exhausted I couldn't carry on. So I might be a little rougher than normal, but I'm actually in pretty good spirits knowing that I'm just actually sick right now. Alright, so I'm catching a break on the game. I'm done with the champion training. Like, that has been disgusting. It's been gross. But now that I'm done, I actually get to calm down. And the one good thing that this nasty frag fusion did bring me is I brought a lot of heroes up to level 60. And there's one that I've been wanting to go over real quick. Before that, the clan versus clan is now worldwide, so we're all in it now. What do I think? Not much. I don't think much. There's some neat rewards just for doing what you're doing. You'll actually do pretty well if your clan is just doing its regular daily routine. So take those rewards. I don't think I get caught up in trying to fight against another clan. It's a money war, so it's kind of a just take the extra rewards. That's my view on it so far. I'm happy to take what it'll give me, and it's pretty easy just to get your milestones. So go for those. Just do your thing. Enjoy the free rewards. But today, the reason I'm going over this hero, let's there she is right up front. Visix The Unbowed. I love the free-to-play guaranteed champions that you're gonna get. The best hero in this game to me is Seal of the Drakes, and they give her to you for free. And if you utilize her right, it's an old video. I still don't halfway know what I'm doing, but back then I was even worse. But go check out my Seal video. She's an amazing hero. She can do most of this game on her own. So a void legendary that you get after, that's the apex of your rewards. You get Visix The Unbowed, and then you go into these daily routine rewards. Well, I've been playing just long enough that I recently got her, and I've gotten a month or two of rewards since then. That's how long I've been playing the game, and well, she's pretty good. I mean, you hear a lot of people, they were disappointed, I guess because she's a void legendary. She's pretty good. I'm going to make a direct comparison to a hero that we all now know is very good and explain why I think she's solid. So I'm going to compare her to an uncommon, which seems very unfair for a void legendary. But if we get so excited and use this uncommon, you already know it's Armiger. If we use him so often to get through clutch moments in Doom Tower, Spiders, places where we need that guaranteed turn meter control, then I don't see why Visix The Unbowed is any worse, at least. In fact, I make the case she's much better. So here's what we're going to do. The A1 is obviously the only comparison between the two. What does her A1 do? You can book this to 100%, but at 80%, it's still so effective that I can use her and show it off. 2 hits on her A1. 2 hits is on an A1 gives her more uses than a single hit. So already Fire Knight, she has the ability to help break down the shield better than Armiger. Each hit has a guaranteed chance, if you book her, to take 10% of the turn meter down. Now granted, that's only 20% compared to the 30% that Armiger does, but there's no crit rate requirement here. You can build her any way you want, and this will work once there's books in her. And at 80% chance, it's still basically guaranteed. And we're not done. She basically steals that turn meter. It gives her turn meter equal to what they lose. So you're not just taking her turn meter down, you're bringing her right back around to doing that same move again to help keep their turn meter down. In a ugly mathematical way, that's almost 40% turn meter manipulation in total. But let's keep it simple. She speeds herself up, she takes 20% turn meter down. Almost as good without the requirement of having to crit. Just the accuracy is the only requirement here. She's doing almost as much as Armiger on a guaranteed A1 that you can use till the end of time. Now, pretty soon we're going to get AI control, which means you don't have to manual things. If you want to use that A1 every single move, you can tell the AI to shut off her other moves. But what else does she have? She has an AoE. It has again, 100% chance of decreasing the speed of the entire team. Now we're talking about much more utility than Armiger, with almost the same guaranteed turn meter manipulation. I'm so sorry, guys. I am actually pretty ill. But that's not all. It also places a shield on her equal to 20% of her max HP for 2 turns. So you're in control. If you want that shield to be massive, you can boost it up with Masteries if you feel necessary. But she decreases the entire enemy's speed. And by the way, these hits, they're pretty strong. They actually hit pretty well if you build her up with some crit rate and some pretty decent defense. She also has an A3 that can provoke. It's a single target provoke, but then puts ally protection on the rest of the team. So whatever the biggest threat is, you provoke it, you ally protect the rest of your team. She is a defense character, so she can take a hit. She's got that shield from her A2, and she's controlling turn meter the whole time along the way. This is an amazing hero. She's also got a Faction Crypts aura. She's going to be excellent in Faction Crypts. So this is a really strong defensive aura for your Dark Elves. She's a pretty amazing hero. So I just got her maxed out 2 days ago, and I used her the minute I maxed her out. I used her in I made a high resist team. I made a resistance team that I boosted the resist of to beat the Grythian. And I just decided, because of her turn meter manipulation, with the resist team, you can actually take his turn meter down. I picked her. She needed like another 12 brews, and it brought her to 60. I threw some gear on her, a mixture of resistance, perception. So I would say, because of Doom Tower being the place where now you want to drag your armor girl all the time, I would build her with really high accuracy, more than your regular 220. Always go for speed, probably even more than I have on her. She is worth putting crit rate and crit damage on. She actually does pretty good damage, but I would actually suggest building her with decent resistance and decent accuracy above the crit rate and damage. I would try to get it all. I would start building some of these heroes if they have Doom Tower potential. I would start building them on very well balanced builds for higher end content. That being said, if you need her in your dungeons, of course 220 accuracy could be your goal. You could stick with trying to get your more crit rate and not worrying about resist as much. But I actually like her in her little resistance build. And I haven't rolled her up. I may actually pause and just finish rolling this up in just a moment. But I mean, you're gonna do so I just threw crit rate gloves on her. I didn't stress on her damage. That just helped me get her crit rate pushed up pretty high. Obviously defense and speed, and then sub rolls of speed, defense, HP, and resistance and accuracy. Pretty much everything, right? Like a balance of everything. Trying to end her well balanced. All this will go up when I finish rolling her up, of course. But about 4,000 defense is solid, right? She's a defense character with about 4k defense. She's got, almost comparable HP, 35,000. We've got crit rate. We've got some crit damage. We do have enough speed. Granted, she will want to be a little bit faster in Doom Tower, and so I probably will do some adjusting on her. I've got quite a bit of accuracy, so I don't have to worry about her landing her moves, other than she needs books. I simply don't have the books to put on her. But absolutely, the guarantee of 100% on the decreased speed, 100% on, I would book her out. There's only one book here to make this a 3-turn provoke. There's no reason not to book her out. Masteries, we'll just kind of look at what I did. Because of Doom Tower, War Master is becoming, it's probably her best option anyway. By the way, you could take Helm Smasher. She hits pretty strong, but I mean, you're bringing her in probably to control certain bosses in certain areas. So a basic War Master build without books. I went ahead and took Cycle of Violence. I also took Cycle of Revenge, trying to keep her going through her moves. But I basically went down into Retribution with some extra protection, defense. You could, if you needed it, the accuracy tree is always there for you. You can take Evil Eye if you want more control. You can take Cycle of Magic if you're trying to get back to her A2 or her A3. But really her A1 is kind of her bread and butter. So you can build her whatever you think is necessary. You need more resistance, you can take that. I'll tell you what we're going to do. All the places that you would normally want to take Armiger, that's pretty much where you want to take her, except for now you don't have to worry about affinity. You can go and watch my Grithian video. It's actually a pretty fun watch. I threw this team together. I threw some resistance gear on them, literally untested, just because I knew that the idea would work. You can resist the pushback when you go in and take their turn meter down. And it ended up winning. Boy, was it clutch, though. I kind of think it would have done better if I just hit auto. I'm going to try it to build the team up stronger and see if I can make an auto team for him. I'm so sorry, guys. But the show must go on, right? Okay, so, you know, these Doom Tower, the actual waves become some of the most difficult part of progression in Doom Tower. So far, I've gotten all the way to where I'm able to, but if you go into one of these waves, you've got people that you just do not want setting off, right? You could bring in someone like Visix among your team, and let's just show what she does. We'll get out of here and we'll take her in through Fire Knight. We don't have to run her through all this content over and over again, but let's just look at what she actually brings to the table. So we're gonna go ahead and increase our defense, do some damage. All right, here she. Right here, we can decrease the speed of the entire team. We can put a provoke on a key hero if we want to make sure that we don't get provoked ourselves. What we're gonna do, we're gonna decrease the speed of the whole team, and that's a solid hit, right? Let's compare her to Seal the Drakes, who I have built very well. You know, now that's a double AoE, but in comparison, it's pretty solid. So we get a little turn meter control out of our. We're gonna go ahead and put these people to sleep real quick and try to come back around. So we bring. We see here. We have the benefit of provoking with Iron Brago, but you see he missed 3 out of 5. Now, if we put a provoke, you know what? I don't think you can provoke that big guy. I know he works around provokes. That's all I'm sure of. But just her A1. We'll get back around to her A1 and show how when you're getting through these waves, they're for real. They get ridiculous tough. And here we have somebody about to go off. Another one of them. Turn meter down. Her turn meter comes up. Got us back around to another chance to stun. You gotta just play the game. You gotta take what you can get out of every single thing. We have some turn meter here, so we're gonna, even though his bar's been full, we're keeping it just low enough to get around to finally. I think this hit should kill it. And then you work on the next hero. Take that turn meter down right there. Actually, she pulled the kill off, which is even better. So absolutely, that kind of control can help you get through this stuff. You hit auto, Lord knows what she'll actually do for you. But we'll go ahead and go get into the Fire Knight Castle and kind of show how she can play that part of Armiger. If you don't have an Allure, putting them together would keep up with how good Allure is, Armiger and her. But since she's free to play, let's pair her up with Seal and go in and see what we can do. So I'm basically taking her through Fire Knight, bring you back at the boss, show you that she does the same thing Armiger or Allure does, maybe not on the grand scale of Allure, but definitely on about the same scale as Armiger with great consistency and no requirements on crit rate or affinity. Okay, so we're coming up on the boss. The idea is take the shield down. She will be a part of that with her 2-hit A1. Of course, we would put up ally protection while his shield's down. We'll be able to fix her AI soon enough. We'll be able to fix everybody's AI. I'm super excited. So we're gonna actually have to get that shield down and be able to do turn meter manipulation, which should happen right here. Comes down, and now we're in control. Watch the turn meter right here. That's without books. The second hit would have also took that down. It also speeds her back up to bring her back around. Take the shield back down again. There, we got both hits that time. Look at my bars over halfway already. We've got slow on him from Stagnite. We've got help every now and then from Heartseeker coming in from Cold Heart, and even still the Drakes, who is way less consistent than Visix. By the way, that pair, they're both free. Did I mention they're free? You're definitely going to get those. Two amazing heroes for sure. So I gotta admit, without the help of Allure or Armiger, he put the shield back up, but she did help tear it right back down. She really did. So a pair of free legendaries that you will get if you stick with this game. Absolutely good heroes. And she did quite a bit of work getting me here. She really did. She did some. It was all on auto. She provoked who she wanted to. It would have been nice in Doom Tower. I could take one hero, provoke them so they don't put up a shield, say Valkyrie. Looks like we got some decent loot, and she did some pretty solid damage comparable to Seal of the Drakes, which is nothing to scoff at, right? So let's take her a couple places, and then we'll get out of here. We could try her out in Arena. I don't think this is her strong spot. Definitely on auto, it could get strange, to be honest. But she could have use here without question. So let's just go against, we'll find some nasty team and hope we win the speed fight. That's man. Well, we better put her in first, right? All right. If we don't win the speed fight, this is gonna go really bad. All right, at least we go first. They are right on our heels, though. All right, so what do we want out of her? We can take some turn meter down if we're worried about them going next. We can provoke if we want somebody to not use their skill, like the Fat over there or the Duchess. Either one. We could slow the entire team down. I think what I'm going to do, I think we're just going to take Farrakhan out. Let's provoke him before he does his big nasty. We don't want none of that. So yeah, let's just go ahead and throw our bombs out. And now we'll see if we can nuke our way through Duchess there. Okay, well the bombs did that. There we go. Well, if the bombs weren't so amazing, if Lord Shazar was not carrying that show on his back, we would have had Farrakhan where he couldn't do the allied attack, and they would have handled the other two and then come back to him. She would have helped keep turn meter down. She's definitely usable. I would not put her on my defense team. You can't control what you're using, who you're using it on, but on offense, she definitely has uses. All right, well, let's see. We could do this all day. We can go anywhere we need turn meter manipulation, and even better, not only is she free to play friendly, so is Armiger. If you don't have a lure, pair them up. You can keep that Fire Knight from ever taking a turn, especially with books when it's guaranteed. She can play on stage 19 with Armiger when you're struggling on that Spider's Den, and on stage 20 if you're just trying to keep the turn meter down. If you only have one Cold Heart and you don't have any special team to work around her, well, you could bring Visix, you could bring Seal of the Drakes for her stuns and her turn meter control. She also brings slow, and you could bring Armiger, and you'd have enough turn meter control by the time you got back around to your Cold Heart. Spider would probably never take a turn. All you need is a great support hero in there to keep everybody alive, and Seal will help do that job as well. Just basically free to play. You know, she's. I think it's an amazing hero that they give you. I think people were underwhelmed only because she's a Void Legendary. And yes, Void Legendaries are hard to get. When you get them, they typically are amazing. But she's free. And the being Void is just a huge bonus. That means she can do Armiger's job no matter what affinity you're going against. Because remember, weak hit on Armiger equals 0 turn meter control. She'll always do it, especially once she has those books. I don't have the books to put on her. If I did, they're selling books today, by the way. If you for the Clan Wars, me personally, I'm not getting into this Clan Wars, but I enjoy the free rewards. They're actually really easy to hit the milestones. Everybody just kind of does their daily routine, and you get those milestone rewards. And you know, we're a pretty small clan, so we're not up against any big titans of a clan anyway. We're actually winning by such a large margin, I don't even want to show it on the screen. We're not doing anything. Nobody's actually going after this clan versus clan, so I'm not going to sit here and brag that we're ahead. I don't really like it, but I do like the free loot, so I want to take it. I'm gonna let it play out before I ever. I'm not. There's no way I'm gonna spend money on books to try to earn another book, right? In a ring. I'm not doing it. Anyways, guys, I apologize for being sick. Thanks for sitting through it. At least I now know why I've been so exhausted the last couple of days. On top of me just being tired, I do work a lot. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. Visix The Unbowed. She's much better than I had a hunch she would be pretty good, but now I'm playtesting her. Again, go check her out in the Griffian, because that was a really cool fight, even though I didn't even expect to win it, to be honest. This is the second resist team I built. I was trying to show another way to beat it, and she actually was a part of that team. That was pretty fun. Anywhere you need turn meter control, whether you need it in a large amount or a small amount, she fits right in that sweet spot in the middle. With a lot more speed, she'd actually come around quite a bit because she's stealing that turn meter. I figured I'd take a minute to go over her before I go over some of the more rare or hard to get heroes, because she's actually really good, and you're going to get her if you stick with the game. Until next time, enjoy the grind.